at 7:44, 46 degrees at KNEB. Another warm day before some cooler weather later in the week. Our update on News Extra is brought to you by First State Bank. Here's Kevin.
Thank you, Dennis, and good morning, everyone. Our guest today is Angie Hoff. She is with the Nebraska Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, but we're probably going to talk about not only that, but other just disabilities in general. And maybe through this discussion, there might be some people who are in a certain situation that might be helped by what Angie does. So this is actually not just Blind Awareness Month, but your sheet here says it's even more than that, right?
National Disability Employment Awareness Month as well.
Yeah, so that's what October is. Began over 60 years ago.
Correct. And also the White Cane Safety Day, which is recognized on October 15th, began back in 1964. So these disabilities have been recognized for many, many years, and we're really happy that there's much more help available now for people than there were.
Yeah. Now, we were talking outside before we came on here about all the things you do. Why don't you kind of explain, first of all, what your position is and what you try to do in working through all 11 Panhandle counties?
Yes, the Commission for the Blind is a state agency that serves as a voc rehab agency for Nebraska, working specifically with people that have visual impairments or blindness. I'm a certified rehabilitation counselor for the Commission. Myself, along with my coworker Dan Hill, cover the 11 counties of the Panhandle, working with people that have found that their vision loss is affecting their daily life to the point that they're needing some assistance. Typically, like we were talking before, Kevin, it's in our area, it tends to be a lot of the elderly population because of macular degeneration. But we want to help people that just to feel comfortable and do everything they need to in their homes. A lot of times our training, which is provided right in the home, is on maybe crocheting or knitting, threading a needle, feeling like you can cook safely, getting up and down steps and curbs. We work with magnification, we teach non-visual blindness skills, we teach cane travel, we teach Braille. Each program is basically individualized for that person's needs. And our services range from, for any age group. Currently, my youngest client is 4 years old, and my oldest is 98.
Wow, 90 from 4 to 98.
Correct.
And you can go in and serve individuals or groups. You have both types of therapy.
We
right?
do. We work with people individually in their homes to provide training to keep them self-sufficient and independent. But then throughout the year, we have different programs that we bring these same people in if they're willing to participate, different group trainings. And those group trainings start for children as young as 6 and go all the way up to our elderly population as well.
Yeah. Now, when you go into a home and say somebody believes feels they've lost some vision and it's impacting their ability to, say, read a newspaper, that type of stuff, what type of, say if somebody has lost the ability to work on a computer and read and so forth, what kind of training would you offer for folks like that?
Well, we do both. We do magnification, so we can do some assessments as far as what type of magnification might work best to help someone read a newspaper. We are able to refer people to the talking book service and the radio talking book, which fills in some of that reading component there. And then I do a lot of work with computers as far as teaching magnification program software, as well as the software that's screen reading, where the computer talks to you and you're able to tell what's on the screen by listening.
Wow. So does that software cost a lot of money? I mean,
the screen reading software, yes, it is rather expensive. But as a state agency, if it is employment or education related, we are able to assist with those costs.
All right. That's rather interesting. Now, I'm sure people, like you say, they have other issues, maybe with cooking and that type of thing. And these are people that aren't totally blind. They've just maybe lost some of their vision.
Correct. Right? A good majority of our clients are not completely blind, but severely visually impaired. Even some that have just found out that they've got a visual diagnosis. and want some counseling on how to deal with it and want to know how they're going to handle it as their vision decreases. So yes, it could be just you don't feel safe setting, doing things on the stove any longer. We work with cooking and just about any kind of home type of training.
Yeah, and some of the young people, when you're working with young people, is it easy? Obviously, it's probably a little easier to work with young people than it is with the elderly. I would assume the young people probably catch on to things a little easier.
Sometimes they do, yes. Of course, with the young people, then we're looking at becoming involved in the school systems and working with their teachers, attending their IEPs or MDTs, and helping them to be successful throughout college. And then, employment is a big part of our services as well, helping people find and gain and retain employment.
Yeah. And are the employers willing to help people that they know are visually impaired if they know these people are really making a conscious effort to be employed and help out and are training to be able to work?
Yes, I believe that most employers that we've worked with in the area have been very, very helpful and willing to do whatever they can to help us place someone that has a visual impairment or even blindness. With the technology that's available today, there's really nothing that they can't do.
Yeah. All right, we'll talk more about this right after this break.
When you apply for a loan,
all right,
you know who's making the decision.
I just can't believe just two of you handle 11 counties.
Some guy wants a small business loan.
There's only
Can I see a show of thumbs?
40 some of us across the
That's
state.
a no. We
And
make
that
our loan
includes
decisions
support staff
locally.
and
We know
administration.
we know our customers.
amazing.
There's no waiting for out-of-town loan committees when you get your loan from us. First State Bank, member FDIC.
We are back on News Extra today. Angie Hoff with the Nebraska Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, and we're going to ask her how, if you're listening to this and feel you need her help, how you can get in touch with her here in a minute. So make sure you get a pencil ready, and we'll give you the phone number and maybe the email address or whatever, and you can maybe contact her or Dan. But you guys, just basically two of you that
Correct.
handle all of the Panhandle. You have support staff, or how does
Yes,
this work?
we do. Our support staff is here in the Scottsbluff office. Her name is Josie, and she takes care of all the paperwork and billing, the authorizations, phone calls. She keeps us in line.
All right. Now, if people need help, do they have to pay for this therapy through the state, or
No,
is it?
our services are free of charge because we are a state agency and federally funded. So our visits with people do not cost anything. There are times that people may choose to buy equipment of their own, and that is their own choice. But there are a lot of things that we provide as well as through the state.
Yeah. All right. So, and your offices are here in Scottsbluff, right?
Yes. Currently, we're temporarily located in the old U.S. Bank building because of the flood in our previous building. So someday we'll have a permanent home, and we'll let you know where that is. But you can contact our office at 308-632-1304. And anyone can make a referral. You can call about yourself, you can call about a friend. It doesn't have to come from a doctor, but they sure may. We take referrals from any entities.
Yeah. All right. Once again, the number is 632-1304. They're located in the old U.S. Bank building downtown on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
How's that working out as a temporary home? Is it? You think you might actually want to be there on a permanent basis?
So far, so good, but we don't have any say about that. That's the state tells us where we'll live.
Okay. All right, but that's where they are at the present time. And then, is there a website or an email address or something? Where
You
people
can contact me at my email address, which is angie.hoff@nebraska.gov.
It's pretty simple. Angie.hoff@nebraska.gov.
Correct.
Okay. So there's several ways to do it. And the phone number again, 632-1304. Thanks, Angie. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin. And by the way, happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Okay. All right, back to you, Dan.